Lindsay from Westernball, and today we're chatting with Sarah Leete, who has recently released her debut single, a self-titled EP, which came out last Friday, and about to do some gigs throughout New South Wales. Hi, Sarah. Busy times, exciting times. How are you feeling?
Hey, feeling so good. Thank you so much for having me on.
Oh, no worries. So let's kick it off with, where did you grow up? You're a New South Wales girl, is that right?
I am, yes. So I grew up on the Central Coast of New South Wales in a town called Wyong, which is lots of fun. Very, very busy. And then I've progressed my diversity, I guess, and moved out to a little country town still in New South Wales, northwest New South Wales, a little town just south of Narrabri. And I've been here for 7 years this month, so it's, so I haven't been anywhere.
Nice.
Great. So, almost illegal.
So how did you get into country music? Tell us about that.
So I've always been, interested in music. We were, I grew up with Cat Stevens and that kind of thing. Mum and Dad had a great passion for music. No one played anything, but they were definitely, music lovers. So that was a thing. And then, from there, by the time I was about 12 or 13, I started writing songs, and then Mum had kind of got me a guitar and started playing guitar and writing. And then from there, it just kind of evolved, with the music that I was listening to. So it started off with, there was some older, kind of better music in my opinion. The influences like Fleetwood Mac and Cat Stevens and true kind of songwriting kind of aspect. And then and then kind of mix that with growing up in the 90s and the 2000s where you had the kind of rise of popular songwriting, I guess, and more of a focus on melodies and all that kind of thing. And then from there, I had to choose in high school whether I continued on with my music to study or whether I went with agriculture, my other passion. So I ended up going with agriculture because I thought it would be easier to get a job. And I just honestly didn't know how to be a musician. I just thought you went to get a record deal and that's how it was, and you had to start when you were 12, and I went to agriculture college for a couple of years, and by then I was kind of developing my country music taste, obviously. Hearing Casey Chambers on the radio was pretty cool. That was kind of a big driver for me. Even early Brooke McClymont, she had a bit of a pop kind of single thing. That was really cool. I really enjoyed that. I literally found out 2 years ago that was actually her singing. I didn't know the song.
That's all good.
It's pretty funny. And then from there, it just eventually it obviously moving out on the farm and
So who would you say, in your music that you're writing today and your sound, because it is a very unique sound, who would you say your role models and your influences are, at the moment?
At the moment, I really like the American country scene, but the actual country music, not the. There's a lot of singer-songwriters over there. Nashville just pumps out songs left, right, and centre, but there are some people there that write songs because they kind of love it, not just to try and get that next big hit. Laurie McKenna, Patty Griffin, Natalie Hemby, I'm majorly love their stuff. And then Maren Morris, obviously, she's kind of taken a bit more of a poppy, hip-hoppy kind of spot, but she had 3 albums released before she could start to deal with Columbia that she's with now, and I really like her stuff. And then I was pretty influenced by Michelle Branch, and then she went into the Wreckers with Jeff Harp, and that that again was kind of you can kind of I've always had this storytelling aspect to my songs and never really had a label kind of thing for it, and that's just kind of fallen where I've fallen.
Because
it's exciting.
Because I suppose saying that your new single Safe, it has some really beautiful sentiments and the lyrics in the single, because you've written that song yourself, haven't you?
Yes, that's right.
Tell us what it is about. I don't want to give it away for everybody. You just say what it is about.
So it's a bit of a love song to my boyfriend. He was my boyfriend at the time. He's now my husband.
Yeah.
And it's just about, like the different aspects of a relationship. Like, it's not all happy all the time. And it's not easy. It's a lot of work. And now we've been married like 7 months now, which is nothing. It feels like about 70 bloody years. But, like it's just constant work every day. And there's only sometimes that it's easy. And there's a lot of references in that song that very much personal reference our relationship. And I think that a lot of people connect with that song, not only like for their, the melodic aspect or whatever. Like I just, personally, like I like the way it sounds. But also like, the lyrics, it's almost like some wedding vows or something like that. And I've played it at a couple of weddings, which has been pretty cool. Yeah,
it's really nice because been listening to it, and I'm married nearly 10 years with an 8 and a 6-year-old, and it is, and it's really hard, it is. There are those ups and downs to the relationship, and it is constant work to kind of make sure that you're on top of it all and everyone's getting the attention that they need. And
I have a dog, and all my attention's on my dog. And sometimes I do have to remember that I am actually married, and that's when I need some kind of attention.
No, it is a really great single. I love it. No, I did also read that you were you're a self-taught artist, and then kind of in that same bit that I was reading, you've seen that you've taken home a Battle of the Bands competition, Superstar competition. You're a semi-finalist at the Gympie Muster, and also won that grant, which helped you, put the funds towards releasing the EP and doing the video and that. That must be so rewarding to you to put all that effort in, because I've tried to teach myself the guitar. Whenever I get to F, I drop. Nah, I'm not doing that.
Me still today, and I've been doing it for I don't know how long. It's something that I'm not very. I'm kind of dedicated with stuff, but guitar was something I just think I was at such an impressionable age that it was something that I kind of just stuck with, and I'm really introverted. I can when I'm around people, I'm a massive extrovert. I just I'm the life of the party, and I'm always kind of have everything to say and stuff. But I literally cannot spend enough time alone. There's never been a time where I'm lonely. It's just and that really that's what I did in high school. I had a great group of friends, and we did stuff that when I wasn't at school, I was just in my room the whole time, just playing around with guitar and stuff, and self-taught, and it was hard. I could still remember, I just got the gist of the guitar, and then I tried to sing and play at the same time. It's so hard. But, I think, I was at a good stage, I guess, where it was something to, occupy myself, and being creative, it was good too, because I tried really hard to play the songs that I liked, and couldn't because they were difficult, so I kind of just started, mucking around, making up chords and writing my own things, which then turned out to be later on, I could then name the chords of what I was doing, and there's always easy ways to do things. I'm all about that. But so that was really good. And then obviously the gratification of, winning things is good too. But it's always been, I don't know, I think the reason I put it off so long, with the music thing, I've done a lot of different things in between school and where I am now, and music's always been a kind of background thing, but I just kind of thought, I don't know, it was easy for me to do this, and to make it a job or to pursue it full time. I didn't really understand how to, but once I'd kind of learned that you can, get the assistance through the grant that I got and all those different things, you can actually twice and half make it work. I'm still figuring it out, and I guess I really intend to use it.
And I'm sure it'll keep changing as you go as well.
Yes, I think so.
Now, your self-titled EP, you've worked with Catherine Britt. That's a pretty good person and, industry knowledge to work with. How was that experience?
For sure. She's so lovely. So she's a real boss lady, and she just knows what she wants and how she does it. And it's really inspiring to, be around women like that. Myself, I'm a very kind of, not business-minded, but I really dig, the aspects of the industry that are, not just the creative. I think it's just because I write songs and I can write songs, and it's righto, well, what bits do I need to learn? And as opposed to having to learn the songwriting class and all that kind of stuff, I focus more on the business side of stuff, which really kind of keeps me ticking. but Catherine, you know, she's kind of done it all. She's she's got all the accolades in the world and, you know, like the experience behind her, and she's always just trying to further herself. So she's just starting to produce some stuff, and I was really, really excited to have her name on this because, you know, like it's a lot for her as well to kind of put her neck out and be like, well, you know, like I'm going to have you on my resume because I'm having her on mine, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It was very cool, and you know, she's a wealth of knowledge. She's done everything. She can tell you what to do and what not to do, and how not to do it. And it's been really good trying to navigate this new thing.
So you've got like 6 songs on the EP, and Safe is number 1. What other songs on there stand out for you that, you know, I'm guessing they all mean something, but, you know, what are you most proud of about the EP?
I think probably my favourite song, like, Safe's probably one of the older songs that I've written. It's almost like 5 years old. And I've had, like, a lot of older work, and then I wanted to update kind of like my sound and put some newer songs on there. So there's a mix of the two. But I really, really like the way that My Happiness is Misery turned out. That's probably, I'd almost say it's my favourite track. Then every new song I write is like my favourite. It's just the way that it turned out with the recording, and it's just such a special song to me. So I really like that one.
Oh, well done. It is a good EP. So what's happening next? So what's coming up for you?
Okay, so I've got a tour coming up, and I'm essentially going to live on the road for the next 12 months, I think. I've got this new thing, and I want to get it out there and go and see as much of Australia as possible and play it to as many people as I can. And, you know, like this kind of day and age, it has been for a little while. You know, the money in the music industry isn't made through record sales, it's made through touring. So, and I've got myself a van, and I'm just going to tour around and play my songs to as many people as I can, pretty much.
I love
so I've got the first leg of my EP tour booked up until Christmas, and then from there I'm kind of heading down south, I think.
Heading south, okay. Yeah. So, because I've got those dates there for November and the little bit first 2 Fridays of December. So we'll get them up on the website, and then look forward to kind of hearing and seeing more dates around. Especially up in Queensland, don't forget us.
Oh, no, trust me. Queensland is what I prefer, but everyone from Victoria, like they don't get enough live music down there or something, and they're all down there. And so I figured I'd bite the bullet and do it in the warmer months, and then I can enjoy Queensland.
That's true. I do that. That is really fair. Okay, so the last question for you is that the website Working Bull is named after, I'm not sure if you've heard the farming concept, but you know you've got the...
I totally do. I even know this story. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, excellent. So, and for me, like, and my stance on country music is, you know, like, we all, like, work our guts out and we work really hard, and it's that play hard as well, you know, and to me that's that country music and the festivals and the live music, you know, it's just a way to release at the end of the day, and, you know, I always have really good feelings with country music and that as well. So my question for you is, if you had a working bull, what would you name him?
I actually had a boss. I didn't own him, but my parents have got a property near Costa, and there was the fences were quite ordinary, and there was a bull that used to live on the neighbouring property that would come over sometimes and eat the wild lemons off the trees. Yeah, okay. And I named him Hereford Head. And I used to go on, and he was a massive, like, big Brahman cross Hereford, so a Bradford, and he was just like the biggest puppy dog. Like, he just come over and play. He must have been like an ex-stud kind of thing, so he had a bit of people love. But he was just he was my favourite thing of all time. So Hereford Head is my answer.
I love it. That's so cool. So thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us, and we really look forward to hearing a lot more from you.